How long did it take you to get a license? 10 months? A year? In Japan, it takes just 2 weeks. That's how long we'll be spending at driving boot camp in the Japanese mountains. So let me walk you through what this system is, how much it costs, and exactly what it's like to stay at a Japanese driving school. So I just arrived at Tanikawa Station in the middle of the Inaka, and I'm surrounded by mountains. I'll be honest with you, man. This is fucking beautiful. Like, there's a dinosaur for the fucking station. There's a guy running a tractor down the street. It's way better than living in the middle of the city, man. Like, holy shit, this is beautiful. This will be me in a few hours. I guess I drew the short straw, but my first driving course will be at about 8 p.m. So I got some time to kill until then. I guess let's take a look around the dormitory and show you what's up. Well, this is the first floor, like sink room and laundry room. It says don't use it after 11 p.m., which I think that makes sense. Oh, maybe you can hear that. That's the bell between classes. They have these things at the sinks. They told us if you have instant noodles, you pour the liquid through there, which is like, want to be Japanese? You eat instant noodles every day, okay? That's how you do it. So let's go to the living room. It's like literally like 4 chairs and a tiny table, plus a vending machine for the late night adventure. But what's really interesting is in here, I found a secret room, and they're locked, but with the power of a camera. It looks like the secret room is bedding. The shower, you're not actually allowed to use the showers until like 6 p.m. If you're a Westerner and you're like used to having a shower in the morning, that's too bad. Now, if you're like, I don't like showering with other people, other men, I'm sorry, but that's the way to do it. If you're not willing to be a little bit gay, I'm sorry, you're just not allowed to be a weeb. You're just not even a little bit Japanese. All Japanese people are gay. I'm always sketched out by Japanese bathrooms because they always have these slippers you're supposed to use for the bathroom, and every time I see them, they're always fucking wet. And I don't know if it's like because they're like cleaning them or whatever. But like, I don't want to put my feet in them. So what I've been doing, instead of taking off these slippers, just putting the slippers in those slippers and calling it a day. And here we have the upstairs. This is where you go to brush your teeth and everything. Here's the noodle thing. This is my room. It's basically a simple bed and then a desk. And they also gave you a thing of instant noodles, which is nice. I might eat that right now. I'm kind of hungry. And a thing of pretz, and then towel and garbage bags. Also notice I brought my Charizard pillow from home because this is just tiny and sad. So I have like a real pillow. Just a really nice view, man. Like, I can't overstate just how nice it is here. Like, this is easily one of the top 10 nicest places I've ever been in my entire life, and it's just some random fuck-off town in the Japanese mountains. Like, really have to get outside of the big cities to, you know, experience the best parts of Japan. Look at this. This is just some random creek, dude. Like, the first couple classes was done. It was mostly about like the mindset you should have in driving. Our teacher told us one story about when he was younger, when, you know, he's sleeping in his house and there's this motorcycle making noise up and down the street. And he opens his window, he's like, what's going on? And he sees his neighbor like standing there with a golf club. He asks his neighbor like, what's up? And his neighbor goes, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill him. So he calls the police so the guy doesn't kill the dude. I'm not exactly sure what the point of this story was, but the second class we had was with the driving simulator, and I thought it was actually gonna be like some kind of game, but it was literally just, you know, like a chair with a DVD. So there's like five chairs lined up in a row, and the teacher was walking through everyone like through the basic operations of a car, which was actually like a lot more productive than I would have expected something like that to be. Okay, so day 2, I had my first practice lesson last night at like 8 p.m. The instructor, super nice, super chill, maybe a little too chill. He's like, yeah, just drive, don't don't worry about fucking up. Just, you know, you're here to learn whatever, fuck. I'm like, holy shit, okay. So far, very good impressions of all the teachers. That might change. I've heard horror stories from other people's of really horrible instructors that just kind of yell at you every time you make a mistake. But nowadays, you'd get crucified on the news. So the way classes work, and actually, okay, I gotta show you this. So what they'll do is you'll have you register your IC card, and then before your class, you go into their computer at the front desk and tap it, and then they'll give you a ticket with like what car you are and where you need to go. I want to say it's like surprisingly efficient, but like this is Japan. This is exactly what Japan is really good at, is this kind of efficiency. So my class is mostly in the afternoon today. Got up early and went to the Jinja to study in the morning because, you know, Jinjas are generally just a really nice, quiet place to study. Could not do that. It was really noisy. There was a huge army of people just like cleaning up the river and the street around the Jinja. Okay, long day. Finished the rest of my classes, 2 more lectures and then 2 more driving lessons. Lectures, basically there's like a 20-minute-ish DVD and then they talk about like the material. And today's driving lessons, they had me practice stopping on hills. And then the second one was like sharp turns and like maneuvering the car. First guy, he said in his lecture that his apartment's like falling apart and he has to stay in a hotel right now. So he's like really tired. He was like almost falling asleep, but he was really cool. He actually got me to take a picture with him. Now, I'm not totally sure why, but I think a lot of teachers find it interesting that I'm from Canada and I'm really tall, whereas like most of the foreign students are Vietnamese. So then after that was dinner, and now I'm kind of tired. So instead of like studying, I'm taking a walk to the store, which is like 40 minutes walk that way. And like, if I wasn't clear about like just how like in the middle of nowhere this is, like look behind me. This is farms and mountains. That's about it. Day 3, just finished my first solo course. The instructor was like asking me if I'd memorized it, and I'm like, no, because like no one actually told me what this was. It's also probably on me, because there is like a map, but I wasn't sure what it is, because it's literally just called wireless. In retrospect, I probably should have asked. He was like, have you memorized it? And I'm like, no. Okay, end of day 3, finished all my classes, had dinner, took a shower. I'm really tired, so it's time to have some snackies, man. Pumpkin breadstick, where you go? Okay, just finished day 4 and the second day of solo lessons. Honestly, it's going well so far. It feels like, because it's like a school, and also on top of that a Japanese school, it doesn't give you like that much freedom to like just work on things you feel uncomfortable with. But they structure it like very slowly, so you should get a grasp on everything. And on top of that, the teachers have like a little bit of freedom to like adjust the lessons if they feel like you need work in something, or you're uncomfortable in something, or if you screwed up something like that, they'll be like, okay, let's do that part again. So it feels very structured, but like in a way that gives the teachers the freedom to instruct you like in the way they feel is best, which I think is like really good. Yeah. So the other students are super chill, as I mentioned. You know, you got to be a little bit gay in the shower. I talked to a couple of Vietnamese students in the shower. It's like more than half Vietnamese students. I forget if I talked about this earlier, but like one of the reasons I chose this school is because there's a lot of foreigners that come here. So I'm like, okay, if a lot of foreigners come here, then they're used to be dealing with foreigners, and I shouldn't have like a lot of friction if like I fuck up some Japanese or anything like that. And so far that seems to be the case. The teachers actually, they all seem to have taken a liking to me because I'm unique. It's kind of like the same deal of when I was an ALT, like an assistant teacher. All the kids kind of liked me by default because I was like, I was like a foreigner, but I was like different than other foreigners, right? It's kind of like a superpower. It's like, I don't talk about this enough, but I was born with the best stats, right? See, in Canada, the racist people, they can't even tell that I'm half Chinese, right? And then everyone else, they see me as a minority, and then so I get all the advantages of being a minority without any of the racism that I ever get. And now that I come to Japan, I get all the advantages of being an English-speaking foreigner, but none of the disadvantages of looking white or something. So like, being half Chinese is literally the most privileged race, and you can all suck my dick. So we got the morning off. We only have 3 classes, all in the afternoon, so got the morning off to explore Japan. Like, I gotta move out of the city, man. So decided we're gonna spend the morning studying, which is why we've come to the Jinja, which is right by the nice, beautiful river that comes through the town and just got cleaned up like 2 days ago. Found a little waterfall in the back of the Jinja. Lovely place as any, I figured. Talk about this aptitude test that they had us take on the first day. Which is, how do I describe this? It feels like a cross between like an IQ test and like a BuzzFeed quiz kind of thing. Like they kind of like determine your like personality and like what kind of driver you are. It feels like something that would appear in the back of a woman's magazine, but this is literally what they have you do on day 1 of driving school. They had us do like a Rorschach test. They showed us like 4 shapes. You had to pick which shape do you like and which shape do you least like, which shape do you hate, and you had to pick one, right? I don't know how much like stock I'd put in this, but none of this is actually relevant to your license. This is kind of like a voodoo magic kind of thing, right? Okay, so here's this sheet, right, with all the scores and your like aptitude. It's like a Pokemon stat chart, right? That's you, right? Okay. So I have a C for my carefulness. I have a C for my judgment. B for flexibility. C for my decision making. B for sociability. I don't know if that one's correct. I hate people. A for hold on. Okay. I have an A for emotional stability. I have a B for impulsiveness. And I have a B for humbleness. Oh, and I have an A for driving manners, apparently. Okay. So I am a good Pokemon. I've got excellent scores in some things, moderate scores in other, but no major worry points. And then below, they have this, your fortune telling. They tell your fortune. So basically, you're very bright and very sociable. Again, I don't know about this. People see you as level-headed and calm, but when you get irritated, you tend to make mistakes. So let's always drive carefully and politely. Okay, let's do some studying. This was fun, but let's study a little. So the main reason I figured I could do driving school, in Japanese, and even though I'm a foreigner, driving exam is meant for the average person to be able to complete. And if you think about how stupid the average person is, if I, even as a foreigner, if I'm, functional in Japanese at least, I should probably have no issues. They give you like materials to study with, you can get English materials as well, but those cost more. So I was like, okay, fuck it. If the lecture is in Japanese, I'm not gonna pay more to have like an English textbook to follow along with the Japanese that I'm listening to in the lecture. But even if you're taking the exam in English, which I will be doing, I'll be taking the exam in English, you probably want to study in Japanese anyway, because everything you're going to be looking at is going to be badly translated from Japanese. So a lot of things just like won't make sense in English unless you know what the Japanese says. On that note, I've been studying with, it's the Navatime study app. Basically, it has like a structured lessons of each thing. Here, have like, attitude of driver, what to do with traffic signals, what to do like around emergency vehicles, this kind of thing. And so you have these like questions, and if you open them, these are all questions that might appear on the exam, right? Okay, so like this is a situation you answer yes or no. Traffic light in front of a train, what's that, like the train crossing? In front of a train crossing, if there's a blue light, you don't have to stop or check for danger. The general rule is, if you don't know, in Japan, is at a train crossing, you have to stop. But if there is a traffic signal, you don't have to stop. But obviously, you have to check for danger. Like, that's obviously a no. Yes, correct. Okay. This is all mostly common sense. Like, there's some like very like specific things in Japanese rules, but like most of it is just common sense stuff. So like if you can like understand what this says, you're basically fine. So the reason this is like helpful is like, one, knowing what kinds of questions and stuff will appear on it. The other thing is like there's a lot of like driving terms that you wouldn't necessarily study otherwise if you're learning Japanese. Like, for example, the words for like turn left and turn right. I know all 3 of the kanji for left, right, and turn. So like I understand what this says, but I never actually learned the reading. Sasitsu, left turn. Usatsu, right turn, right? Okay, so like that's, like now I know that, right? So like that's like another reason that this kind of thing is like really helpful. So I guess, yeah, that's my studying. So, I got 3.5 hours before my next driving class. They're gonna walk me through what will be on the test. That's the other thing, the good thing about the driving school is that they're like, okay, we're gonna test you on this, and then we're gonna walk you through exactly what you're gonna be tested on, so you can like, the school is like very structured, but in a way that they make sure that you're like able to like focus on the things that you need to work on. So the teachers have flexibility to do that, which I think which I think is nice. And so yeah, this is day 5, and we're just gonna study until the rest of our classes, or I guess until lunch. Okay, so I've been studying for about an hour and a half, and it's almost lunchtime, and I believe today is like katsudon or something tasty, so time to go back for lunch and get ready for my driving classes in the afternoon. Honestly, it's places like this that remind me just how beautiful Japan is and how lucky I am to be living here. It's a beautiful country, honestly. You know. Tourists, they don't know what they're missing. Just had lunch. Food here is generally pretty good. How that works is you get one plate of food and like one side dish. Really simple, healthy, like Japanese food. You're only allowed one plate of food because, you know, they have to feed everyone, but you're allowed to take as much rice and miso as you want. And then one thing I noticed is that in the morning, they'll put out leftovers from the day before. So really hungry people should show up early for breakfast. Don't be late for breakfast if you want to eat. So rest of the day pretty easy, but you know, finished my first major milestone. I finished the mock test. I think it might be time to treat myself to these instant noodles that I got given from the school. And once we complete the actual test, we can take a bike to the store and get some actual snackies and not, I mean, this is pretty good actual snackies, but you know, like snackies. Okay, apparently they just keep the kettle topped up with hot water, presumably for the nudes. Question is how to turn it on. How do I turn this on? Because it's like hot, but what am I doing wrong? I'm very confused. How do you turn this on? There's no on button. Clearly it was used recently. There's hot water in it. Okay, I just realized what's going on, why I can't use this. I just saw there's a sign on the door that says the power might go out temporarily. So there's no power, that's why it's not turning on. This might be the ideal time to just rent a bike and go to the store and grab some snackies, since I don't have too much to do today, and I'm feeling pretty confident in my studying after that practice exam we just had, so. Okay, so renting a bike is pretty straightforward. Basically, you just bring them your room key, and then they give you a helmet because, you know, it's driving school, safety first, and then off you're on your way. So we're just gonna grab some snacks, man. Let's go. Now, if you've never used a Japanese bike, one thing I really like about them is they always have this built-in lock, right? So you need to lock it like this, just press this in, and out comes the key. And then to unlock it, you just put the key in like this, like that, and press it in, and bam. As well, you can see they have this built-in kickstand, which is like so much better than any kickstand I used in Canada, because like it just comes down on both sides of the bike, so it'll stand up no matter where you are. And something like this dink little thing that comes off one side of the bike, it comes down properly around it, lifts up the back tire, properly stands the bike up, and then locks, I don't know if you can see this, locks right here. This is like the lock. Japanese bikes are just like better than like Western bikes. That's something not enough people talk about. Basically, you just take your foot and you press down on this lock here, unlock it, and then it slides forward like this, and then off we go on our bike, man. Did I mention just like how beautiful Japan is? Because I mean, like, this is crazy, man. Like, look at this. This is like, look at where I am, man. Like, what the fuck, man? This is ridiculous. It's just mountains and farmland and rivers as far as the eye can see. Like I don't get why so many people live in the fucking city in like Tokyo and shit, right? When this is right here. It's not like this is that far away. Like, it's not like the United States, right? Where like, you know, living in the middle of nowhere means like an 8-hour drive from the nearest city. No, this took 2 hours to get here from where I live in the city. Like, all else being equal, right? If you had the option to live either here or in the city, you would obviously live here, right? On the way back, we'll stop at the other jinja here. There's a shrine called Akiba Shrine, and it literally uses the same fucking kanji as like Akiba from like Steins Gate and shit, like the Tokyo Akiba, right? So I might go there. I mean, like, you got beautiful countryside, and you even got Akiba. You got Akiba here. If you got Akiba, why wouldn't you live here, right? Like, honestly though, if you want to know the real reason I'm probably gonna spend the rest of my life living in Japan, Just look how nice this water looks, man. Like, this isn't even that small a town. It's got a fucking Cosmos, man. If you got a Cosmos, like, are you even that, like, small of a town? Like, no, right? Like, everyone should just live here, right? You got a Cosmos. What else do you need? And here we go, man. Only a short, like, 10-minute bike ride from the school is the town. Probably less. I took a lot of time to meander and talk to the fucking camera, man. But, like, why would you want to live anywhere bigger than this? Like, come on. Oh my God, they even have a retro games. Look, you can buy your retro games and shit right here, man. I don't know exactly how the store is set up in this person's house, but like there's even a retro game shop in this fucking town, man. You know how everyone was on about the Lawson in front of Mount Fuji? Well, how about the Cosmos in the middle of buttfuck nowhere? Like, take pictures of this, idiot. Yes, definitely is. One thing Japan needs to work on is chips, because like, that's just sad. Cosmos is interesting. It's like a drugstore, but it has some groceries and then like a lot of frozen stuff, which is like kind of unique. I don't know if I'll buy any of it. Maybe ice cream. Ooh, it is kind of warm today. Maybe ice cream. Oh, I might get ice cream. Oh, what do I want? These things are like really good, but you have to get them when they're like fresh. They have to be like within 2 weeks of being produced, or else they lose their crunch. Well, they made me stop filming in there, so I just got some snackies and some ice cream, because it is a very hot day. It was pretty cold this week, but all of a sudden it is like hot. The weather's been weird lately, probably due to global warming, which is not a good sign as we head into summer. The weather's actually perfect today. It's like not too hot, like perfect stay outside and eat the ice cream weather, but I don't know about continuing to this. Anyway, obviously I got an ice cream sandwich because I'm only human, and you know, ice cream sandwiches. Holy fuck. That's like the best ice cream sandwich I've ever had. What the fuck? Why is Japan so good at ice cream sandwiches? That's so good. Holy fuck, this is really good. It's like soft, but like not in like a kind of like traditional like soft thing wrapping around ice cream sandwich, but it's like a cookie, but it's just like soft and flaky. And the ice cream is like really airy. This is one of the best ice cream sandwiches I've ever had. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't understand why this is so good, but it's amazing. And if you come to Japan in the summer, you should 100% buy one of these. Morinaga Biscuit Sando. That was unbelievable. So, some random dude just saw me talking to the camera as I ate that ice cream, and asked me what my channel is, and said that he would follow. I don't know if my channel is what he was expecting, but if you're seeing this, hi. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. So I think we got like a few minutes before we gotta go in for our next driving class, and so hopefully I'm gonna see if I can find Akiba Jinja. And don't enter this. Do not fuck with the damn controls while you are fucking wandering around the countryside, you fucking foreigner. Oh shit! Why didn't I take this route earlier? Holy crap! This is so much nicer than the main. Oh my God! Oh, I love the Inaka, man. Like I got ice cream, a bike ride through the fucking country. Not a chance, man. Oh, this might be the Jinja. Or a different Jinja. This might be a different Jinja. Hey. This is kind of nice. Wow. Look at this. Ooh, look at this. This is nice. This is dangerous riding this with one hand. And it's probably fine. But look at this. Look at this. So theoretically, the shrine should be somewhere just up here on this weirdly nicely paved road after here. This is like perfect. Oh God, this is... God, I gotta figure out how to like work remotely, man. I can tell my company, look, listen, if you listen to me remotely, you don't have to put up with my bullshit. You can get all my good work. None of the bullshit. Oh, this is something else, man. Oh, wait a second. Did I pass by the entrance to the shrine? Okay, so the shrine is on the other side of the river, so we're probably gonna have to come back here later tonight or something, or tomorrow, whatever. Just finished first class, practice going through the train crossing. One more driving class before the test tomorrow. I think that's just gonna be practice and stuff. And then the afternoon will be spent doing first aid. So we're gonna try and see if we can find the hidden Jinja that we missed out on yesterday. It's on this side of the river, so it should be somewhere around here. So I'm thinking you gotta pass through this mini Jinja next to the community center that's next to the other bigger Jinja over there. But I'm not totally sure. Okay, so that was not the way. Apparently you gotta find a different way to cross the river. I'm starting to regret not renting another bicycle. Apparently I gotta find out exactly where I need to cross the river to get there. I might actually not even be open to the public, so we'll see, I guess. But in the meantime, we're gonna have another nice walk while we, take a break from our studies. Theoretically, it should be across the river at the end of this road, but I don't actually see a way to cross, so we're gonna have to figure out exactly where to go. Like, I think I could illegally kind of run down here and cross over there, because that seems safe enough. But one, I think that's probably illegal, and two, there's not actually a path over there. So even once we get over there, I'm not sure what we would do, and unless we want to just wade through the woods. And yeah, walking through random Japanese woods is not a good idea unless you want to get bitten by all kinds of bugs. I passed by this yesterday. This looks really nice. This is I feel like this must be a retirement or something. It says it's a dormitory. It'd be a really nice place to retire. If it's just a regular apartment, that'd be insane too. This seems super nice. Yeah, so you can see there's a fence on the other side of the river, right? So then, where is this shrine, right? Okay. See, we're nearing the end of where we're supposed to go. And you can see there's a gate over there. So theoretically, you could maybe enter through there, but I'm actually not sure where physically the shrine actually is. So we're gonna keep looking. Okay, so I don't know how we didn't notice this yesterday, but found the shrine. It's right there. It's actually behind the electric fence, so I don't know what that means. There is that school, so maybe we'll go behind there and try to cross, because there's a crossing over there. So it could be this is just off limits to the public, which is weird, because Jinja are normally public property. If I'd known I was going this far, I would have brought a bicycle, but that's Shogunai, right? Oh, and there's another, you can see there's another path going up to the woods there. This is a nice view, just this. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure what this school is. It's covered on these colorful school buses, so I think it's a school for a boarding school for special needs children, or the school for school bus drivers. Probably not that. There's also a road that kind of looks like it might be heading towards the Jinja behind it, but it's gated off. And I'm walking along this road in front of it. I'm not sure where this goes. Hopefully it goes to the Jinja. This is kind of wild, man. Where is this? Right? Look where I am right now, man. This is kind of nuts. Feels illegal. I'm pretty sure it's not. No one stopped me from going here. There's no fences. There is a fence around it, which might go to the Jinja, so. Oh, okay, perfect. Good thing I'm not a tourist, because there's a sign here. It says you can come and go as you please. Just make sure to close the gate whenever you do. Probably because of wild animals, but it looks like I'm totally allowed to enter here. Maybe it's because it's the way the light is hitting the trees right now. Maybe it's because it's behind a secret gate, but something about this feels extra holy. Holy as in, I don't know, there's gods in Shinto, but it's dangerous business, Frodo, going out your door. If you don't keep your feet, there's no telling where you might be swept off to. This is an adventure. Okay, I just realized I forgot my wallet, so I don't have any coins to give the gods, which is awkward. Hopefully they'll forgive me. I'll have to come back and make an offering later, but yeah, this is nice. This is a really nice place. Really tucked away. It feels secret and private, a good secret, There's another trail leading off the side of the Jinja. I don't know where it goes, but this looks like another adventure waiting to happen. I think it's probably almost time to head back for lunch and then afternoon classes, but gotta come back here. This was a good idea. Okay, fuck it, we got a few minutes. I mean, it's a well-kept path, so there must be something here, right? I might just go to that road behind the school, but it's a few minutes, because there's the road. It goes back to the clearing in front of the Tori. Okay, so I ended up following the road behind the Jinja, and there's actually nothing here. I think this is literally a parking spot. This is I don't know exactly why parking is up here. I guess to be as out of the way as possible, but the road just ends and there's no trail up here. I mean, technically maybe this is a trail. It could be a trail. But I'm not sure. If I go up there, I'm just gonna get lost. So, yeah. Nice Jinja. Yeah, so Jinja review, 10 out of 10. It's small, but not so small that it feels insignificant. It's in a really nice place. The lighting around noon just hits it perfectly. It feels a little more secretive and natural than it really is, because it's clearly well kept. Honestly, 10 out of 10, would recommend. Perfect road for like a mini hike behind it too. Like, great. There's like a second hiking path near the entrance here. This probably isn't meant for cars, so it might actually be like a real hiking path, but no time now. Time for lunch and classes. We're gonna fucking study, man. I'm gonna pass this driving test so hard. Holy shit. Oh shit, look at this view. Oh man. Woo. Day 7, I got moved to a new room. I got given a double person room. The cleaning lady was like, okay, you know, there's people moving out, moving in. We have a spare room. You're pretty big. The bed in this room it's a little bit bigger. Do you want to switch? And I'm like, yeah. So now, for some reason, I just have a double room. I guess, I mean, that makes sense. There's not always like, you know, students graduate, but some students, if you fail the test, then you have to take extra time, so you stay longer, right? But if you're always like full, then, you know, you have a problem if students have to take longer to complete the course. So they'll just have some spare slots at any given time, I think, right? So, in this case, this means I get a double room. Also, they're really nice because they gave me a second welcome bag with extra nudes and pretz. Fucking nice. So anyway, today was test day, and that took like the whole morning. I was a little worried because, you know, if you fail anything, then you have to do it again. As nice as it is here, it's really nice being in the mountains for 2 weeks. I did have to take 2 weeks off work to do this. So if possible, I would prefer to not have to redo anything. But it's pretty straightforward. I think but there was like 15 or so people in my cohort, and I think 2 people failed the driving test, and like 2 or 3 people failed the written test. It's pretty straightforward. Basically, out of 100 points, you need 70 points on the driving test, and you need 90 on the written test. And I got 85 on the driving test and 100 on the written test. Hey! That was the lady. Apparently I forgot my towel in the other room. Well, so anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, so there's like a fair amount of room for mistakes, as long as you don't make any like major mistakes. Like if you hit anyone or if you drive the wrong way on the road. I did that on my first class. You know, coming from Canada, oops, then you immediately fail. But assuming you don't do that and you drive more or less safely, basically you should pass. And then the written test, it's weird because the way they ask some of the questions is like kind of strange. One of the questions was like, if there's an obstacle, you can cross over to the other lane to pass. Normally it's like, you would be like, okay, yeah, I slow down and check for a danger. But this was just like, yes, you can go onto the other lane of traffic, yes or no, which I was like, I guess yes. And then that was the correct answer because I got 100 points. But it's kind of that. And also the translation is like, I was like kind of like considering being like, can I see the Japanese version of these questions anywhere? So then I passed everything, and now I get my Karimenkyo, my temporary license, my provisional license. A couple more classes today. Today's heavy load, whole morning classes, and then like 3 more classes. I think it was supposed to be 4, but one of them ended up being at the same time as a driving class, so that took precedence. So I guess I have to do that at a different time. But basically, yeah, we good. Next class is about half an hour, and then dinner, and then I got a driving class. And then I enter the second week of driving school. So wish me luck. But, you know, I think I'll be fine because I got not one, but a second cup noodle. Fuck yeah. Actually, how much time do I have? I might make one of these right now. I mean, honestly. In fact, I will. I will make one of these right now. Oh shit, baby. Got the nudes. That's some good nudes. That's good nudes. Okay, so this is day 7. Passed all our exams, just had dinner, a couple more classes, and we got about an hour before our last class. So I'm just gonna take a quick break and go to the park before we start our last driving class of the day, and then figure out our schedule for the second week of classes. By the way, if anyone ever says you can get a free house in Japan, it's generally this kind of house, and it's like right here in the middle of nowhere. So be careful of the free house in Japan kind of thing, because you don't actually like want to buy that. I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but yeah, just so you know. Oh shit, okay, here's the park in the middle of the farms, and then there's the park, and then Jinja over there. Good spot for a park. Look at this. Don't jump in the lake, man. Shit, okay, this is the slide, man. They have mats for sliding on the slide. Okay, we're gonna slide on the slide, man. Oh shit, yeah. Motherfucker, I thought this was the slide, man. No. What the fuck? Bro, are you people seeing this? What the fuck is this?
Holy shit, bro. What? Are you people seeing this? Are you seeing this? What the fuck? This is huge. This is like actually huge, dude. Unbelievable. Yep. We're pretty high up, man. It's still going. It's still going? Brother, it's still going. How high is this fucking slide, bro? Why is this here? This is nuts. Maybe like 50 meters up, man. How hard are we going? Okay. We are 100% coming back here another day to do this again. Okay. We're at the top. There's like a little watchtower here too. What? Oh fuck, man. This is how high we're gonna slide. We're gonna slide all the way to the fucking bottom, bro. See this? That. All right, let's go. Wait, hold on. Almost forgot the reason I'm here. The reason we came to the park is to just take a minute to give you my impression to the teachers halfway through the course. And so the teachers are like, hold that thought. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh yeah, bro! Oh shit! Oh shit! Fuck yeah! Fuck yes! Oh fuck! Okay, let's go. We're still going. We're still going. We're going. Oh shit, bro! We're going! Oh yeah! Oh shit, you can there's two different ways you can go. You can get off like a fucking pussy, or you can keep going down this slide. Woo! Let's go, bitches! Let's go, it! Woo! Fuck my dick! Bitch! Oh, shit! So fast! Oh, my God! Oh! 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 Shit! Shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! That was fucking awesome! Why does this buttfuck town in the middle of nowhere have like the best park in the world? What the shit, bro? Look at this. If anyone tells you Japan isn't worth it, let me fucking tell you, bro. Literally everything's better in Japan. I'm not. This isn't an exaggeration. Like literally, basically everything is just better in Japan. Like, oh shit! Final stretch of the slide. Let's go. Gotta climb a ladder for this one. This one's for the kids that need parental supervision. Except they make you climb a ladder, which is like, kind of, probably more dangerous in a sense. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, baby! Oh. Come on, baby! Oh, woo! Woo! All right, that was fucking awesome. You gotta go back to class. We out here to do something. I forget what we're gonna do. Okay, just had my first road driving lesson. And for some reason, my first lesson was at night. Well, you had to drive on the road at night for your first lesson for an hour. Like, okay, man, shit, all right, I'll do it. So, I'm pretty tired. Luckily, we do have snackies that we bought. I'm gonna eat the whole fucking thing. Maybe I'm not gonna eat the whole fucking thing, but, I'm gonna take at least, I might eat the whole thing. Fuck, I don't know, man. At least gonna take a big bite out of it. Oh, fuck yeah. That's good. That is a spot. That's what you need after like 8 hours of driving school. That's only like 2 hours. Like, oh man. That's what you need, man. So good. It just says chocolate pound cake. It doesn't say who made it. I got it at Cosmos, man. It's just cake. We're eating cake. And we're watching StarCraft. Oh, that's life. Fuck yeah. Ah, shit.
Okay, day 8, first day of second week of classes. Just got my new schedule, and Jesus Christ. Okay, the next 3 days, I have 6 classes a day, so like 6 hours of classes. So not too much time for breaking, just 3 lectures and 3 driving classes a day. So this will be a lot. And then finally on Tuesday, I only have 2 classes, so that'll be a study and maybe take videos day. Until then, it's gonna be a lot of driving, a lot of practice, a lot of studying. So probably not gonna have too many updates until then. Hopefully, you know, we can go to the park and go to that slide. Hopefully I managed to shoot that, the other bit of me going down the slide today, because that's...
Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh shit! Woo! Oh shit! Oh! Oh yeah, baby! Woo! Ah, fuck! Woo!
God, that's an awesome fucking park. Holy shit! On my break, I'm gonna find time to go there. That sounds great.
Okay, so I had my second driving lesson on the road. It's crazy how fast they just like threw me on the road. He's like, first class, okay, last night, all right, finished my cutting mankyo. They're like, oh, okay, you have two extra driving classes today. Don't forget all about them. So I go to one, we practice like different turning maneuvers, and here I am expecting the second one, which is at like 8 at night. To be exactly the same thing, and he's just like, yeah, all right, get in, and then it's like, oh, turn, we're going on the road. I'm like, what? We're going on the road? I mean, we're not going on a highway or anything, but you know, I'm like going on like 60 down the road. My first driving lesson, haven't driven on the actual road, so that was exhausting. But basically, I guess like it's like structured very well, right? Because it's like you got to go around at some point. So they have you drive around the course, and then there's like the small section of it where they have you drive up to the speed limit 40 and then like slow down, right? Take it one step at a time. So it's like, okay, now you've done your provisional license, let's go on the road and just focus on, you know, maintaining your speed and driving smoothly and everything, right? Roads around here are surprisingly well kept for being in the middle of nowhere, but I guess that's the reason they have the driving school here. Maybe even because they have a driving school here that the roads are so well maintained, but they're really good roads. So it ended up being like completely fine. Just a little bit overwhelming because, you know, long day after like the test and then more classes and then driving test, then all of a sudden, okay, you're on the road now. And so now, today and the next 2 days, I have 6 classes, so they're just kind of like throwing you like, okay, you have your provisional license, you can basically drive now, go drive. Just lots of studying and practice and make sure I'm not so tired that I fall asleep at the fucking wheel. The other thing is, I didn't get my schedule for this week until today. So I had like no idea what the hell I'm doing, which ended up being fine because it's like set up. So you just show up and like study and then leave the rest to the school and the teachers, and it's like basically fine. I guess I would have known it yesterday if I didn't have a driving class in the middle of like the first lecture that was planned. So I didn't get my schedule yesterday, which is like kind of crazy, but it's basically fine, I guess. Also, can I just like point out, like look at the mountains are, I don't know what's going on exactly, but all of the mountains are like, they're like leaking fog as if someone's burning something down there, but it's just like mist like coming off of the mountains themselves. Like that's not even that high up, and it's just like, it's kind of beautiful, honestly. Like Japan, it's easy to forget, like living in the city, like just how beautiful of a country this is. One thing I like about driving school in Japan is it's very thorough in like what they teach you. Like, for example, last night, the last course, they got me to sit in the backseat of the car while he did a bunch of like really unsafe things. You know, just to show me what happens when you take a corner like really fast, right? Or if you slam on the brakes. That one they actually got me to do as well. They were like, okay, I'm gonna slam on the brakes. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now, right? That kind of hurt, right? Now imagine we're not going at 10 kilometers an hour. Imagine we're driving 50. That will be 25 times as much force, right? So that's stuff like that. And then they put me in the driver's seat and they're like, okay, I'm gonna cover your eyes for 2 seconds. That's how long it'll take if you look down at your phone. Okay, now look how far you went in 2 seconds. That's kind of fucked up, right? And then like the lectures yesterday and today, they talked about like route planning. They talked about like maintaining your car, like basically like step by step, everything you need to know about driving. So it's quite thorough. Similar to that, something they did today in the driving lesson. They're like, okay, now when you're stopping at traffic lights, I want you to tell me when the light turns green. And I want you to tell me when you're like checking left and right? It's like a way to like reinforce like physically the steps that you take. If you ever ride the train in Japan, you'll notice that the train drivers will do this. They'll like
you know, point their finger at like various things to like make sure they walk through every step of train safety. If you like make your mental checks physical, it's a good way to like reinforce them. And that's something they do a lot in Japan. I think is really helpful. Yeah, so sadly, it's Sunday at about noon, and I can't really use the slide because there's a lot of kids on the fucking slide. If I get on the slide, you know, I'll be like, why the fuck is this random dude, you know, hogging the slide when all these kids want to fucking use it? I just want to use the slide, man. Let me use the slide. Go away, kids. What are you doing? It's a Sunday afternoon. You should be inside playing video games, not out in the park on the slide. What are you doing? Unbelievable. Man, this park is something else. There's like a campsite with like cottages, and you can have barbecues here too. Like, it's got everything that you might want at a park, man. What the fuck? So basically my impressions of the teachers after the first week is they're like really nice. And so most of the teachers I had for the first week were the same like 4 or 5 teachers, and like 2 of them were more than half my classes. They really got to like understand like who I was and like my ability, and kind of like tailor the class around that and what I need to work on, as well as like, you know, get to know me like personally. Because like, okay, they all found me like interesting, right? Because there's a lot of immigrants here, but they're all like Vietnamese and like some Chinese immigrant laborers, whereas like here's this like super tall Canadian dude who like for some reason almost already knows how to drive. They all asked me if I had a license, right? Because, you know, my dad was like teaching me in high school, but I didn't really like driving. I didn't really like my dad, so like I kind of like gave up on that. But like I sort of more or less like know how to drive already. I just never had a license. So they all asked me like, did you already have a license? And I'm like, no. So they all found me like really interesting. So like maybe my perspective might not be the most objective. My experience for this kind of thing isn't always the same as everyone's. Partially the racial privilege thing. I'll put that here. For some reason I added earlier. You can all suck my dick, but most people are just nicer to me than they are to other people, and I've never fully understood why. But as far as I can tell, the teachers here are all extremely pleasant and like very invested in helping every student succeed. So really nothing but good things to say about the teachers here. Day 10, feeling pretty good. Just 5 days left. Had a few more driving lessons yesterday. One where they took me on Mountain Road. It's kind of windy. One where they took me on some roundabouts, so I know how that works, even though there are very few roundabouts in Japan. I think the one we went on was literally the only roundabout I've actually ever seen in Japan, which is weird and makes me suspect that maybe it's only there because there's a driving school here, but you know, whatever. So today is mostly lecture courses with 2 back-to-back driving courses right at night from 7 to 9 p.m. So again, would be driving at night, but that's cool and more used to the road now. So I got about an hour before my first class, so I just figured, you know, let's, you know, walk around the park more, go down the slide again, obviously, and actually just like show the rest of the park, because like really it just is that cool. I mean, first off, like this like fucking lookout, there's just a lookout on top of the mountain where you can just see the entire like area here, and there's a bell here. Man, can I ring the bell? Probably not. No, I can't ring the bell. Well, if I stood up on the railing here, maybe I could ring the bell, but I got a feeling that's a pretty terrible idea. So I wonder if there's like a stick. Maybe I can like hold on, I got a good idea. Okay, this is either genius or extremely stupid. Probably both. But there's the bell, right? You can see the bell. Yeah. That was a stupid idea. Oh shit, yeah. Okay. First step is you can see this cool ass bridge thingy, and then there's a slide here. Actually, yeah, fuck it. Let's go down the slide, man. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh god. I don't fit through this. Okay. That was a stupid fucking idea. Oh god, spiderweb. Oh, there's a second slide. Do we go down the second slide? Yeah, we do, man. Yeah. Woo! We're gonna go on this log bridge. Oh shit. This is not a good thing to be doing while holding a $2,000 camera. I don't even know if you want to try fitting through this thing. Okay, slide time. Oh shit, yeah! Woo! Let's go! Oh, this is so cool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Woo! Oh, hell yeah, man. Oh, shit, that was cool. Keep going. Although you can see, when you climb up to the slide, man, the entire fucking jungle gym, like attached to the slide where you can climb up to it. Woo! Yeah, baby! Oh! Woo, crazy! Oh! Woo!
I look like another guy filming a TikTok back there on his phone. I don't know what he's filming, but for some reason he's not getting on the slide, which I don't get at all. Like, I mean, come on. Anyway, let's take a look at this playground, which is like possibly one of the bigger playgrounds I've ever seen. Just here. We got a little climbing gym. A little climbing gym. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. That's pretty cool, man. We're on the climbing gym. We have the baby park, you know, for babies. Okay, sure, let's go to the real kids park, dude. Like, it's like a maze. You go into the maze. Okay, let's go in. Yeah, that's... Okay, that was it. Ugh. Okay, shit. There's a lot of good parks and playgrounds in Japan. Like, Japan is very good at making spaces for kids, and maybe that's because it's so, like, dense. But, you know, again, this is like some random town in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere. There's this cool-ass park here. Look at this. Guys, you see this? There's like a coliseum over there. Let's see if we can slide on this thing with one hand while holding the camera. Okay, ready? Oh, yeah! Oh, shit. It's like actually a coliseum. I wasn't sure what to expect in here, but it's go through the middle part, you duck under here, and see the other exit. Oh, shit, yeah, there's a second exit to the coliseum, man. This is like way cooler than it has any right to be, okay? There's like several different exits to this coliseum thing, man. We go up to the top. Oh, but there's another exit. This is like a paradise, man. If I were a kid, oh, what is that? There's one more thing we need to check out. It says don't stand on the rail. I'm not gonna believe. You think I'm gonna listen to that? Fucking no. Up yours sign. Don't tell me what I can and can't do. That's right. I'm a big kid. I'm in charge of my own destiny. If I want to die, that's my choice. Hill. Yes. Look at this view, man. Look at this. It's got a view of the park over here. Park, got the lake down there, and then of course the kingdom, man. Okay, as much fun as this, it's probably flight time to head to class soon, so let's okay, another thing I want to show you is actually my bag. No, not that it's a Peak Design camera bag, although but right here, my charms, especially this one. So this is a collection of what's called omamori. It's basically like a good luck charm that you go if you go to like a shrine, a jinja in Japan. People often do this before important things to like pray for good luck. First is this white one. This is like a basic omamori. This is just for good luck. It's not a special kind, but it does contain luck, so I carry that around wherever. First one I got when I got arrived in Japan. The second one I want to show you is this one. Also like pretty standard, but like slightly different. So you can start to see there's like different kinds. This is Michibiki, which basically means like guidance, right? Third one, I have actually more than these four, but having like 10 of these attached to my bag is a little much. This is my Buji Kairu. If you speak Japanese, you'll notice that Kairu, it's a freaking frog, but Kairu also means return. Buji means like unharmed. So Buji Kairu, it's a pun. Buji Kairu, unharmed frog, get home safely, right? So I have this because I'm at driving school, and for that reason, I also picked up, this is when you might start to realize that they have a lot of different kinds of these. This is a safe driving omamori. So this is what I got. You can see there's wheels on it. So I got this right before I came here to pray for, you know, road safety. Probably the most common one besides the basic good luck omamori is the one for studying, you know, for students. Pray for, you know, good luck on your exam. And you can also get them for sickness, for safe childbirth, basically anything that you might want to pray for good luck for. The interesting thing is, like, it feels like, how do I say this? It's kind of like a religion. You know, Shinto is like kind of like a religion, but like the religious aspect of it isn't the important part, right? And that's the kind of thing I like about Jinja, about like this aspect of Japanese culture. It's not necessarily that you actually believe that gods are, you know, listening and they'll help you. You might, but it's kind of like, it's like an act of meditation, right? Going and doing this action is like kind of like reinforcing it in yourself, right? And so it's very, when you do this, it's like you're living your life with more intention, which I really like. I think it's something we could all do a little more of. So probably one of the main questions you might have is how much it costs to go to a driving boot camp. And that's the crazy thing. It's actually cheaper to go to driving boot camp and stay and pay room and board for 2 weeks than it is to go to regular driving school. I can only assume the reason for this is because it is way out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, and land here is almost free. So you're basically only paying for room and board and however much they have to pay the staff here. The cost depends like heavily on, depending on
when you go. The most popular time to go is right before the start of the new year. The new school year, the new financial year, everything starts in April. If you're a student and you're preparing to graduate, or if you're planning to get a new job or you need a new license, you're probably looking to do this around like January, February, March. By far the most expensive time to do this is then. I'm doing this in May because that is one of the cheapest times. I think the other cheapest time is in November, at the exact opposite end of the year. So the cheapest you can get it if you're under 25 and you do it at the very cheapest time is 220,000 yen, which at the current horrible exchange rate is about 1,500 US dollars. So basically free if you're American. I paid a little more than that because I'm not under 25, sadly, and because the very cheapest time was actually full, paradoxically. So I had to do it a couple days later and pay like a few more thousand yen. So I'm paying 250,000 yen to do this, which is, you know, not a small amount of money. If I fail anything, any lessons are guaranteed for a month afterwards, and room and board is guaranteed for 5 days afterwards if I need to take up to 5 days extra. Of course, if you're doing it at the busiest time of year, it's probably no longer cheaper, because it'll be about twice as much. But assuming you have the time to do this, basically this is cheaper than regular driving school. It's faster, and it's 2 weeks. It's more convenient, it's all condensed down, and you spend 2 weeks in the Japanese mountains, which is, oh my god. So if you have the option, it's just objectively better in basically every single way to come to boot camp rather than going to regular driving school. The only reason you would not do this is if you can't take 2 weeks off for whatever reason. Maybe you're working and you can't take 2 weeks off work, which, let's be honest, might be a thing if you're working in Japan. But assuming you need to get a Japanese driver license and you have 2 weeks to do this, it's not even comparable. Like, the fact that it's cheaper alone basically sells it, but, you know, as an experience, it is just so much better, and every country should have this, really. So now it is lunchtime, and I need to eat some delicious, delicious Japanese food before attending my afternoon classes. So, let's go. Okay, it's day 10. Just had a class about the driving aptitude test. Like, oh, if you got a D or an E in this category, and this could be you. Here's the textbook, man. Depending on how you scored, you could be either a safe driver, blue. That's what I got, I'm a safe driver. Yellow, good safety, but very low aptitude, which means you're likely to be involved in accidents caused by other people. You get pink, which means very, very low on the safety, but high on the aptitude, which means you're likely to cause big accidents. Purple, which is low in both safety and aptitude. This says you're likely to cause accidents through illegal driving. Oh, and then if you fall just outside this little blue square, it means you're kind of a safe driver, but you're maybe a little unstable. Clearly, the aptitude test has a lot of merit, because, I mean, I'm a good driver, and I scored blue, so it's clearly correct. I mean, I'm sure it has, like, some validity, but, like, it's just so... Because the other thing is they didn't prepare us to the test at all. They just kind of like handed us a bunch of questions which you're not at all supposed to be able to finish, and we're like, okay, figure it out. Which I guess, you know, if anything, is like kind of like your ability to adapt and like understand whatever situation you're placed in, which is like kind of like driving. But then they also had us do like Rorschach tests and stuff, which... So, got an hour break, and then one more class before dinner, and after dinner, 2 night driving classes. We're in the home stretch. Okay, I just finished the most boring class ever. It was just a video about, and then the teacher talking about the different regulations on how much cargo you're allowed to put in your vehicle, and like the size dimensions for every type of vehicle, like, that you might possibly drive. And like, it was so fucking boring. Like, do we need a class for that? Like, I get it, but like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Okay. Just had the last driving class of the day. I almost fucking pissed myself. Okay, there's one part where, you know, I turn a corner, you know, from a light, like right in front of there, in the middle of the road, there's some person just walking in the middle of the road, like there was a sidewalk, but they were just like not on the sidewalk, in the middle of the road, like right in front of the intersection. I'm like, oh fuck, shit, oh shit. Sensei praised me. It's like, okay, at the end he was like, yeah, no, I have nothing to teach you. You I felt really safe with you driving, and I'm like, okay, good, because I didn't. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, this person must have had some kind of like mental issue or something. Like, they were walking funny. Like, either they were like, oh, I'm glad that was the last class of the day. Holy shit. Anyway, a few days left. Gonna film the intro to this video tomorrow morning, and then the last few days of classes. We're in the home run. We're doing good. We're doing good. Okay, morning of day 11. Beautiful weather. It's quite early. I just finished recording the intro for this video. So let me change gears and not try to make too much noise and give you a tour of the driving course that they use to teach all the students at the school. Right now it's about 5:30 a.m. You can see the traffic lights are turned off, so hopefully no one will be bothered by me walking around the driving course because no one's here or even awake at this hour, hopefully. Right here, the S-turn and crank. They used to practice driving maneuvers, and then on top of that, this is like the really tight turnaround circle thing. You turn around, and it's a circle. I know, great insight. Right here is the train crossing. This is a very important maneuver. Something you have to learn to deal with if you drive in Japan, because obviously trains are everywhere here. Basically, the way this works is you walk up to this, and actually, it's the law, it's a rule. You gotta roll down your window. So you can listen and see if the train's coming or not. And keep that rolled down until you leave the train crossing. A couple of neat features you might notice are like, say right here, these hedges right here, as well as this big round hedge here, they're actually not just made to keep the course pretty, they're made to obstruct the view around corners, so you know what it's like to deal with low visibility. Of course they're hedges, so if you really look closely, you can see through them, for safety reasons, but it's all about, practicing and slowly getting you ready for the real world, while you're gonna be driving in real life situations where you actually can't see around corners. Another thing about corners though, something you'll notice quite frequently that is all over Japan is these things, which are mirrors. And I'm pretty sure like every country has them, but Japan has like so many of them, which is really helpful because Japan just has like so many really narrow roads. Like, I mean, it has wide roads too, but like in the city especially, there's like so many narrow roads that things like these are like really important to have. And then of course this is the intersection, with lights, right turn lane. Each of the courses has these balls here. This is like a wall. If you bump one of these in your driving test, you fail the test because this is either a wall or a car. If you actually bump it, it just kind of like moves out like this. It's kind of weird with how many cones Japan uses. The driving course has very few actual cones, and that's because everything is like very intentional. One thing that is just made to make this look nicer is this nice little water feature that I really like here. It's like, look, this is nice, right? You'll notice every drill is very helpfully numbered. This is like partly to like label it, but also mostly for like navigation. You'll notice the mirror that we looked at earlier, that was labeled east. Every single road here has a different direction label, so instructors can very clearly give directions on where to go. So this is the parallel parking. You're told, pretend this is a car. If you hit it out, it's a car. Don't hit other cars. This is one of the car garages. Most of the cars are automatic, but the cars on this line, these are the manual cars. And then there's like another car garage down there, and then the main line of cars over there. They do have what looks like a greenhouse here. I'm not exactly sure what this is for, because it's under trees, so it's not super effective as a greenhouse. It doesn't really have anything growing in it. I don't know. This is the hill that you practice stopping on. And right here, you can see right behind it is the observation tower. So if you do a wireless course, which is a course where you're alone in the car and then the instructor speaks to you on the radio, you can see the entire course from there. And there's also a second observation tower over there just by the dormitory. That's for like the motorcycle course, which is over there. You can see it's like kind of like basically the same idea, but like more used for drills. And then I think later the motorcycle drivers do go onto like the regular course after. But all in all, it's a really good course. I really like that everything, there's like not a single part of this that like isn't like very well thought out. It's all very intentional. Perfect course for teaching people how to drive. So we finished our last class on day 11. Really light workload, but we have the mock test tomorrow, so we're gonna spend the rest of the day studying and maybe catching up on sleep after getting up early to film that intro. So I was using the Navitime study app before coming here, but actually on the site that they have the mock tests, they also have practice tests in whatever language you're gonna be doing the test in. So I figure I should just do all of those and I'll be more prepared for the actual test and the wonky English that's bound to show up in it. So here's the site. It's called Manten-sama, which means perfect score sama. If you're a weeb, you probably know what sama means. So you just log in, and you can see they have a practice test for the provisional license and the regular license, as well as a study guide and this mock test. Now, the mock test will only unlock once you get to that class, but it looks like once they do that, you can just keep taking it as many times as you want. Oh God, what is that noise? Someone's being shot. Holy fuck. So because the mock test for the full license is tomorrow, I don't have that perk unlocked yet. But we're just gonna be doing the practice test. No choice but to just keep doing each of them until we have a perfect score. And can I just point out again how nice of a place this is? I mean, like this is the river that goes right in front of the school and all the way through town, and like it's just... So today 12, this is actually interesting. They had a group driving class. So one person sat and drove, and then had two other people sit in the back and like observe that person's driving and then make notes. After about 10 minutes or so, we swapped. And then the next class after that, we had a discussion about like how that person was driving, about the route they were taking, like what kind of dangers they were, and like what to do to prevent like certain kinds of accidents or whatever. I want to say this felt like a very Japanese thing, but I can't put my finger on why a group lesson would be Japanese at all. 3 more classes later today. I think we're doing something similar, but I'm really not sure. And then one of them is the mock exam. So basically studying and snacks until the rest of the day. And okay, and at day 12 I was the first one to finish the mock written exam, so. And then we had 2 more group driving classes. I had one with Japanese students and another with Vietnamese students. And yeah, no worries. The teachers were super nice to everyone else as well. It's not just me. So yeah, teachers are great. Okay, day 13, just 2 more days after today. We're on the home stretch. This morning had a 3-hour lesson. It was actually another group lesson. They took 3 of us onto the highway, and then we changed seats like a few times. We did this because, you know, it's like a little distance to the highway, so we drove out there, changing on the way, and then each of us got a turn to drive for like half an hour-ish on the highway. Kind of exhausting, so I've just been spending the day here studying and relaxing. Tomorrow's a pretty late day. We just have 2 classes, and then the rest of the day to study and stuff, so I think we're gonna go out and check out some of the shops around here tomorrow, and maybe go for like a hike or a ride or somewhere. And then the day after tomorrow, we have the our final driving test. Actually, they asked me today where I'm taking the test. I think the written test might actually be done somewhere else. But yeah, second last day tomorrow. Okay, quick update. I just looked it up, and apparently normally you have to take a driving skills test along with the written exam in your prefecture in order to get a driving license. But if you go to a driving school, then you're exempt from that, and you only have to take the written test there. But apparently the driving test is actually harder than doing a driving school. So over 90% of people with a Japanese driver's license have been to driving school and took a test there rather than going and taking the test. Okay, day 14, just 2 more days left. It's been a beautiful day. We got some time, so we're gonna take a little bike ride out to buy some omiyage, because that's what you gotta do in Japan. So we got a couple of stores we're gonna hit up, and then maybe buy some snackies on the way back, and we're on the home stretch. Just 2 more driving classes today, and then we have the graduation test tomorrow, and then I can take the driver's test and get my license, man. Let's go. Hell yeah. Okay, my microphone died, so that's kind of a bummer, but we found this little market that has ice cream and also hopefully omiyage, so let's check it out. It's omiyage, we got our ice cream. Hell yeah, that's good ice cream. Okay, so I had my last class, gave in this note telling me to show up at the reception at 9:15 for the graduation exam. Today's class is pretty straightforward. They got me to like look at a map and then plan out the route myself. So all that's left is to study for the written test and to celebrate, which I got some French crackers. They don't taste that French. Okay, final day, about to head into the final exam. Room's cleaned up. They wanted to clean up first, because once the exam's over, get the fuck out, we gotta clean up your room. Probably not a perfect score, but I'm pretty confident I should pass, and then I'll be home free. It's been really fast 2 weeks. I kind of almost wish I was here longer, because I mean, not all the time you get to take 2 weeks off and go live in the mountains, you know, and just go to school and study and do fun things. It's been a time. Well, time to get going. Okay, well, had the test in the rain, and I made one moderate large error, but got 80 points, which is more than enough to pass, so that's it. We did it, man. This is driving school. Once I take the written exam and get my full license, I'll make another update, but in the meantime, it's lunchtime, and apparently, on the last day here, you get to have steak. So let's go, man. Graduation, steak, fucking hype, dude. Hell yeah. Okay, so it's Monday after coming back home, and today's the day I do the written test. And here we actually, I'm right beside the police station, And there's actually, hopefully you know, the traffic noise is too large, but there's actually another driving school right beside the police station where I'm doing the driving test. So if I were doing Gashsuka, this is where I could go. Looking at it though, the layout is like similar, but a little different and nowhere near as nice because, well, it's just not in the mountains. There's just not enough space to have like nice scenery and like, you know, everything. It's just kind of plain. There's like concrete walls instead of nice hedges. So much noise around here because it's right next to a fucking big ass road. Like, who the fuck would want to go here instead of the Gashsuka? Like, terrible. Honestly, don't go here. All right, anyway, time for my test. Apparently this is like a full thing. I made an appointment to take the test at 10. I had to line up for about an hour, and it's 11:30 now. They gave me a ticket that says come back at 12:30 to take the test. And then after that, they announced the results an hour after you finish at 2:30. So this is like an all-day thing. I thought this would take like an hour or two. This is like an actually all-day thing. This is, god damn it. All right, whatever. I'm at the convenience right now to get a quick bite to eat since I'm gonna be here for a while longer. I don't want to take the test on an empty stomach here. So, wish me luck. Okay, so exam finished. I'm feeling actually pretty confident since it was actually easier than any of my practice exams. Although the English was significantly worse, so you never know. But I got like a little over half an hour to kill before they announced the results. Another thing, unlike the Gashsuka school, most of the people there were actually Japanese and not foreigners. So, you know, maybe most Japanese people go to regular driving school for some reason. Like Gashsuka is just way better. And anyway, I got a snack and about a half an hour to kill, so. Okay, so that was easily the single most Japanese experience I've ever had in my entire life. You know how early I was going on and saying about how streamlined and efficient like this entire process is up until now? Yeah, throw that away anytime anything ever comes to paperwork ever. Okay, so like, I got there before 10 o'clock. It's after 5 o'clock now. I got there at 10 o'clock and lined up for an hour to give them information that they already had. And then they had us come back at 12:30 to do the exam. After that exam was finished, they had us come back at 2:30 again to the exam room, and then lined us up row by row to go and see who passed the exam, and those that did came back to the room, and then waited again, and then we got sent downstairs to pay to get the license. By the way, we had already paid the first time we came at 10 a.m., so we had to went down to pay twice, and then came back up to the room, and then after that, they had us go back down again to have our picture taken, even though when we came here, we gave them a picture for whatever reason. Then we had to go to the machine to set our security code, and then we came back up to the room again, another time at like 4:30, and then finally had our license. But at least we got the license at the same day. But it's like, could we just not show up with the information they already have, do the test, and then leave and have them mail it to us? Like, why did this take 7 hours instead of 2? I was expecting to go home at like lunch today and then work on videos and shit. Instead, I spent an entire fucking workday with this. This is insane, man. What the fuck? Holy shit, dude. Like, a lot of things in Japan, they just like work and you're like, wow, this is great. But then anytime it ever gets to doing like any kind of official paperwork, you're reminded that you live in Japan. Anyway, overall, this is a good experience, except for this last day, and I highly recommend this for anyone who's interested. Well, let me know what you think. Do you have this in your country? Let me know what you think. Leave a comment or something. And anyway, I guess that's all for me, man. That was 2 weeks in my life going to driving school. As always, thank you so much for your time, friends. See you in the next video.